a man allowed to talk about Summer Game Fest?
Oh, if you want to. Sorry. What are you looking forward to? And welcome back to the DRT show, and today we're discussing some exciting releases coming soon, micro consoles, and Graeme's obsession with LED Bluetooth mods, batteries, and beware, he is gonna rant about buying too much cheap shit from China. Hey everyone, welcome back to the DRT show, where it's myself, James, and my sexy companion, Graeme.
Graeme here. Welcome to episode 2. James, I'm going to have to say it. Episode 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo, baby. I tell you what, I have been looking forward to this. We seem to have had a good response from episode 1. So
the first episode was a good laugh, and I'm glad we're doing a second one now.
I am all about this. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's a regular thing as well.
I'm not going to lie. I have been looking forward to this all week because, I get to chat to you,
No, but we do this all the time. Like, just me and you. Like, we just go and call it all the time. So now we've just started putting it into a podcast.
Absolutely.
For people to listen to us fucking rambling, talking shit to each other.
I love
and
it.
Foaming over each other.
Well, to be fair, I would foam over you all day, every day.
Oh.
You know it, buddy. Ooh. Ooh. So, yeah. So, I am super excited. So, how has your week been, Graeme? What's been going on in Graeme's world?
Well, apart from the usual shite, I have been getting ready for some videos. So, I have been gone back playing a load of kind of older things. So, the first thing I will say, and I'll lead with the Dreamcast. So, recently enough, I was actually an inch away, maybe like one message away from selling my Dreamcast.
So I literally had, sorry to interrupt, but I literally had a message, was it this morning or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Would you be interested if I sold my Dreamcast? And I'm like, dude. Dude.
I am glad you said no.
Absolutely.
Because I sold the Sega Saturn because as good as a console it was, there was nothing really pulling me to it, and anything else that I was wanting to play on it, sure, I could just fucking emulate. Anyway,
dirty word.
So I wasn't too fussed about that, and I'm keeping my Sega Mega Drive because I picked one of them up recently enough, and it's like my 4th Mega Drive that I've had, and I was like, right, you know what, fuck, I'm keeping this one because I've actually got some good games for it. So I was like, I'm keeping the Mega Drive, and I was humming and hawing about the Dreamcast for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then yesterday I was just like, you know what, fuck it, like I'll just sell it. I actually made the mistake, right, and went onto Google and searched what are the 10 best games on Dreamcast, and 8 of them were like fucking sports games.
Really?
So when I read that, I was like, I'm not going to play any of these. So that's when I messaged you, and thankfully you said no. So I was actually going to post it earlier, and I booted it up to make sure it works, and then
you played Cannon Spike, didn't you? You played Cannon Spike for about 5 hours.
I played Cannon Spike for about 15 minutes, right? But then I saw the list of good games that I had installed. So I've got the GDEMU board installed in the Dreamcast, as you know, James. But
I do. Yes,
if they've seen the video, I don't know if we can link it somewhere. But last year I got the Dreamcast, my first Dreamcast. Basically just done it up, made it look nice, installed the GDEMU board, which is like a SD card reader mod for the Dreamcast, which lets you load games off the SD card, blah 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 blah. And I saw a list of 30 games on that I was wanting to play, and they're all good games. And why none of these games were on this list of top 10 is fucking beyond me. Anyway, I'm rambling.
No. It sounds to me like you need to do a video on the top 10 Dreamcast games to play. That's all I'm hearing.
That's what I was saying. Why it's going to be a video is because I was going to do. I'm going to do a follow-up to last year's video on some of the games that I played, because you recommended Dolphin Blue to me before, and I actually have that on the GDEMU, and I never played it before, and it's fucking amazing.
I know,
man. It's like it's like an Eco meets fucking Metal Slug. It's amazing.
It really is. Do you know what? You've just nailed that. You've actually nailed that description of the game. It is literally Metal Slug mixed with Eco the Dolphin. It is fantastic. And if you haven't played, anyone listening, if you haven't played it, go check it out. It's great.
So that's one thing. Another thing as well is the Ultra Racer 64. So I have been having a fucking hoot with this controller. And if you don't know what it is, it's another weird N64 controller. It's hard to describe what it is.
It's amazing.
It's like they've taken the try the tri-prong fucking N64 controller, squished it into a straight line.
Awful controller, by the way.
It's amazing shit, fucking filthy face. But like they've replaced the joystick with a wheel, so the wheels acts as your left and your right.
And it feels beautiful to put.
Oh, it's glorious.
Oh,
but like playing some games with this is.
Oh,
it's like you know how you see like that lassie who plays fucking Dark Souls on the dance mat.
Yes.
Like it's like that. It's like a new challenge. Like I was playing Resident Evil 2 with it. It's funny. It's fucking hard as nails, but it's interesting to see your guy moving with a fucking like a driving stick. Like
I can imagine, and I think I suggested it to you that you should do a video on that because oh my god.
I was only going to do a short, just kind of talking about it, and then it's been since you were like, just see what else it does.
Yeah, just play about with it. I agree and completely.
The best game for it, the best game that I've played so far is F-Zero X. It just came like second nature playing it with a wee stick.
I can imagine, yeah. Racing games, it seems like that is literally what it's built for. I mean, anyone would think they called it Ultra Racer, you know?
But like that being said, I tried Mario Kart with it and it didn't quite feel as good. And
I really?
Played fucking GT64 with it and it didn't work so good. And I played what the fuck's it called, Penny Racer. That was good. But it's all the games that's no meant for, like Mario and fucking Zelda.
Yeah, I can imagine. I honestly want to see this video. So
I just can't wait.
Yeah.
So besides that, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I've played Tears of the Kingdom about 50 hours in. I've done about 2 missions, and all day is build fucking stupid shit and drive it into things, and that's pretty much Tears of the Kingdom for me.
Yeah. Well, I had a very interesting conversation with my son the other day about Tears of the Kingdom and Final Fantasy.
Do tell.
Well, I was actually streaming the other day. I'll get into that in a sec. Oh my god. Well, honestly, it breaks my heart to say it, being such a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I'm like, oh, what's better, Final Fantasy or Zelda? And he's like, oh, Zelda. I'm like,
well, at least is it no nice that you're the only one in your house that likes Final Fantasy? At least you're unique. You know?
I'm individual.
You're unique. You're beautiful.
It's gone from literally my wife the other week, because we've got a little one on the way, and I said to my wife, I was like, oh, I really want to get a Moogle outfit, and she's like, what's a Moogle? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, he showed me, yeah, fucking Christ's sake.
I'm like, I hate this place. I hate it here.
What mistakes have I made?
I honestly, like, is it too late to elope? Do you know what I mean? It's Graeme, seriously, pull up the couch, man. I'm coming over to you, right?
Here's the point coming with me, because I'm going to have the same argument with you. It's the same argument with you over Zelda.
I know, but you love me for who...
Zelda's better.
You love me for who I am, though.
That's true. That's very true. That's both.
So, no. So yeah, this week I had quite an intense conversation, and it was just a losing battle straight from the get-go. He was like, yeah, but the Master Sword's really cool. I'm like, yeah, but the Master Sword is better. And he's like, but you know, you can like fight dragons and ice and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, literally can do all that in Final Fantasy. Yeah, but the sword glows, and I'm like, materia, hello.
Material.
So my the thing is, like, he hasn't played Final Fantasy 7. He knows who Zack is. I don't know, he must have seen me play Crisis Core recently and sort of picked up on that. But
for all the lore to know Zack, that's a big step. That's a good step in the right direction.
He's the origin, so I mean, yeah. Spoiler for those who may
not because your protagonist isn't a real protagonist. He's just pretending to be the protagonist, isn't he?
But there's a deep old story behind that. So, listen, this isn't get off your Final Fantasy hate train, okay?
I can't talk because my favourite game's called The Legend of Zelda, and I play as fucking Link. So look, I'm fucking making an argument for you.
Thank you.
Fucking shit game. All my Zelda stuff's getting binned now.
Terrible. That's it. Game over. We're over Zelda. I mean, over it. Yeah. Yeah, we're over Zelda.
Zordo? What?
What? I bought the wrong game.
So anyway, yeah. Talking in Nintendo have announced their biggest game for 2023.
Oh my god! Literally, I'm glad they decided to release this at a separate time to Zelda, because Zelda would have bombed. I'm telling
Zelda
you,
would have fucking bombed. Like, I'm actually glad. Like, what, the Switch is like third in best-selling consoles of all time, and this is going to this is what's going to fucking crush PlayStation 2.
Now, honestly, like,
fucking telling you, I can't wait for this game to come out.
Honestly, like the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, it all better watch out. to be honest with you. Because
PlayStation Dive. Hey!
Are you ready for this now? Because everybody 1-2 Switch is coming out on the 30th of June.
Yes! Game of the year.
Game
of the year.
Who honestly asked for this? That's what I want to know. What a Nintendo thinking? Do you know what I mean? I know they're going to be releasing smaller titles now because they're probably working on the next iteration of the console and all that kind of stuff. But 1-2 Switch, like, that did not receive very well when that came out.
I thought the same thing because it seems like a bundle game, but apparently it done really fucking well sales wise. Like the year the Switch came out, it was apparently one of its like top 3 selling games. Because it's one of these party games, and that's why everybody bought a Wii, was to fucking sit and play these fucking stupid party games. And apparently it was the same. And there's like there's what's it called, like a controversial milking game. I'll leave it to your imagination.
I have not, to be honest with you, I've not looked too much into it because I've got zero interest in it. But okay. Okay.
But like the funny thing is, apparently they announced it last year, and they play tested it, and apparently it fucking bombed, so they left it another year.
What, just in case something might have changed?
No, but they've spent a year working on it, and they knew things to it, and apparently now it's a lot better. And another thing is, when the first game came out, it was a standalone game, so it was like 60 quid. When this comes out, it's going to be 30. So they've half the price. They'll probably have the same amount of minigames.
But
it's like WarioWare and stuff like that.
But in all seriousness, who is going to buy this? I mean, I genuinely got the impression that even kids were like, yeah, I'm done now after 5 minutes of playing it.
You know who's going to buy this? Is all the Algins. I'm going to buy it, fucking right. All the Algins in the nursing home. You know, all the ones who were fucking addicted to playing Wii Tennis.
Listen, Wii Tennis was fun though.
It was amazing. That's the thing. But see, that's the thing. Like the Wii, everybody feel like fucking Timmy, who's 2, to fucking Granny, fucking what's her face, who's 90. They were all playing the Wii, like they were all swinging it about, and knocking each other out, and fucking knocking lumps at each other with the Wii remote. So I guarantee it's going to do well enough. It's not going to sell nearly enough as much as Tears of the Kingdom, but like a ball hair. But I mean, I'd imagine because people like party games, like, and apparently there's a feature in it that lets you connect third-party peripherals, i.e., phones.
Yeah, I saw the phones being held above people's heads. So
there's going to be some more Wii integration like that.
Do you know what?
I think it'll be interesting. 1-2 Switch looked a bit pish, but I think this will be good. They're going to be dropping a trailer for it soon, I'd imagine. I think it's going to be good.
Let me tell you something. I would rather talk about a much better game that has just been announced super duper early. However, they've just
made a Kate and Ashley remake.
The Mary Kate and Ashley remake. I can't wait. No, they have finally taken a bit of love over to the Croc series on the PS1. PS1 Croc is being remastered. So it is super early in the development cycle. However, there was a tweet going around from James Batchelor. I'm not entirely sure who that dude is. But yeah, he's been allowed to sort of say, yeah, look, we are actually not forgetting about the great game that is Croc. And yeah, we are going to be remastering it. So I lost my mind reading this. I thought, finally, this game has been dying for a remaster for the longest time. It is so good. So yeah, this game has been, what, 25, 26 years now? It's been
be with it,
nothing.
So the thing with Croc and Spyro, these things for me, like, I missed them, and this is when PlayStation were trying to find that character to compete with Mario. So there's loads of these kind of games that have came out, you know, even like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation were trying to find that fucking Mario rival,
and
they never found it. But Croc was one of the ones that actually looked fairly good to me.
So I might be completely wrong in saying this, but I'm sure I read somewhere that Croc was originally designed to be Yoshi, but you know, when they did the PlayStation Nintendo crossover, what's that?
Was that no Spyro?
No, I believe it was Croc. And again, I might be talking out my backside here, but I'm sure I remember reading somewhere that was meant to be a Yoshi game on the PlayStation Nintendo system. Now, again, I might be completely wrong in saying this, but I'm sure something in my brain, which isn't always right, by the way, so please take this with a grain of salt. However, that was my understanding, that this game came from the PlayStation Nintendo crossover that went sour back in the day. Now, I mean, either way, Croc is one of the greats. The controls on the original, is you finding it?
Apparently there was going to be a Yoshi's Racing game.
Oh, no, then that wasn't what I was looking for.
No, is that not what you're saying? He was meant to be Yoshi?
No, he was meant to... Yeah, no, when the PlayStation crossover thingy happened, apparently that was a Yoshi game that was being developed for it. But then they went... Obviously, that went sour, so they just ended up making Croc and Land of the Gabbos. I'm sure I've read that somewhere.
I'm reading here that there's a tie between Mario 64 and a Yoshi racing game, or a game called Yoshi Racing. So it very well might have been. That's an interesting factoid. I'll have to look more into that. More on that next episode. Didn't have me to that though, because guarantee I'll forget it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Sorry, I have looked it up. Okay, so the game was originally intended to be a Yoshi platform spin-off based on Nintendo's Mario, but after the studio pinched the idea, Nintendo turned it down. Croc was designed by computer artist Simon Keaton, who was asked to create a similar character enough to Yoshi without causing any legal trouble. So my brain did not fault this time.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, so there you go.
Good man, James with the fucking knowledge.
Listen, that's it now for the year, Mike. Don't be expecting any more of me.
Listen, it doesn't happen very often, but when it fucking happens, it's mind blowing. Like,
I make
good
sure.
Man, James, fucking hell! I'm glad we're recording this.
I know. See, I knew you'd be proud of me.
now that's made me want to play the Croc remaster even more.
Yeah, absolutely. So
good man.
I am hyped for that. Another game that I've recently picked up, or picked up is the wrong word. The most recent game that has arrived for me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Yeah, that's getting a DLC.
Right? Dimension Shell Shock.
Dimension Shell Shock, indeed. Ooh. Have you seen the trailer for this yet?
I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I've not watched the whole thing yet. I've seen there's going to be new features, new characters, new levels, new music, new fucking everything, but I have not seen the trailer yet.
Okay, well, bear with me on this, because this is going to then have Usagi Miyamoto in it, who is one of the characters from what I believe was one of the characters in the TV show.
Is this the rabbit guy?
That's the rabbit guy. That's the exact one. So yeah, that is going to be super cool. And there's a few things in this that are going to be pretty cool about it. It's mainly cosmetic. Like there's some new levels. There's going to be some new sort of color changes in the turtles themselves, which will be super cool. So
you can
I am
excited. Red Donatello.
A red Donatello. I think it's more a color swap to like the original color palette for maybe the original show and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So I am super excited for that. So because didn't we play through Shredder's Revenge together?
That's what I was just about to say. We played it on stream a while ago. Anyway, I think no the last time, but the time before I was over, we said we played it on stream, and I fucking loved it. I think it's probably one of the few beat 'em ups I actually like.
I love beat 'em ups.
I'm
very excited.
I just get bored with them very quickly, but with Shredder's Revenge, man.
I will play that all day, every day with you, let me tell you.
And do you know what else? Do you know what else you can play Shredder's Revenge on? And it's going to be in my video. It's the Dreamcast.
oh my god!
Oh no, wait, no. That's the Cowabunga collection. Shredder's Revenge is on the fucking Mega Drive.
Is it? I thought it was the other way around. Oh,
no.
You're probably right. I'm not going to argue with you on that
100% right. Because it's Shredder's Revenge that came out on the Mega Drive, and it's the Cowabunga collection that's out on the Dreamcast. Only reason I know that is because I was playing it earlier.
That's more than fair. Yeah, I was going to say you're definitely going to be more in the know about that, but yeah, so super excited for that game coming out. But do you know what game I am really looking forward to?
Tell me, James, what game are you really looking forward to that only you and 5 other people are looking forward to playing?
Well, unfortunately, that statement right there might be true because...
What do you unfortunately? I know what's going on.
Stop it.
I know.
Final Fantasy 16 is coming out very, very soon. I think it's 15 days from the time we're recording this. And Square Enix is actually apparently panicking a little bit about the amount of pre-orders that have gone out. Yeah, so I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's some concern over the amount of people that have pre-ordered.
They're comparing it to the pre-orders for Final Fantasy 15, and they've even went so far as to kind of base it on system availability as well. Yeah. So even the people who have a PlayStation 5 who have pre-ordered it as a smaller percentage of the people who had a PlayStation 4 and pre-ordered 15.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know for a fact that I'm excited for it, and I know I'm not alone. You joke about it, but I am not alone, and I'm sure this game will do.
I am sure you and the 5 people will all meet online, and you'll all air high five each other, and it's going to be great.
I know.
You're going to make new friends and new memories, and then you'll part as unlikely friends, and then move on to Tears of the Kingdom again.
Listen, this game looks gorgeous. Okay, you can shoot it down as much as you want to shoot it down, but let me tell you something.
If I'm going to be honest, it does look fucking gorgeous.
It does. Really, really you can't deny that. I can't wait to pick it up and play on it. I really can't. I'm so excited. But
are you, James? Are you excited?
I don't know whether I don't know what do you think it's got something to do with it coming out after sort of like, because the big games out at the moment are like Street Fighter, Diablo 4. Obviously, your rubbish Zelda game, the DLC thing that came out. Do you think that's got anything to do with it as well, though?
DLC that came out. I wouldn't think so, no. I think Final Fantasy is a big enough franchise to stand on its own. Like, I think there was maybe a push with this game for it being digital rather than physical. Because the physical edition, I think, is like fucking 140 odd quid, is it? Like, I know digital seems to be a big push for it.
I mean, possibly. I to be honest with you, I didn't really look into that. I've got the disc version of the PS5, and when I was looking, there are a few different versions you can get. You can get the day one game, and I believe that is about £60.
My reason there, sorry to interrupt you now, was because I remember at the time with system availability, there was mere digital consoles being sold than physical ones, and I don't know if that's still the case.
I'm not sure. I have to look up all that information to be honest.
But that being said, like the reason I'm thinking it's something to do with digital is because nobody's going to bother pre-ordering a digital game because you can get a day one anyway.
This is true. But there is a day one order. A game you can order, but I went for the middle of the road. I went for the Steelbook one that comes with some map, I think it is, and then there is a final version. I don't know if there's one above that actually, but there is another version then where you get like patches of the different places in Valetheria. But yeah, I'm
sorry to keep it.
No, go on.
But just
you crack on
because you could just talk for ages about Final Fantasy. Don't know why.
I could.
If it's the last one, if it's Final Fantasy, why is there 16 of them now? Now again.
Do you know what, that joke gets old every time?
Just like Final Fantasy. Anyway. But mind this is coming for somebody who heard somebody say it. So this isn't a direct source. This isn't a direct quote. This is somebody who was in an office who overheard somebody else saying it. I
mean, what they're saying is allegedly. Slightly panicking. Allegedly. I don't think it's going to be a flop at all. I think it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be a flop by any means. Like,
yeah, but yeah, no, I'm very, very excited to get my hands on this. And the other game that Square Enix is releasing this year, still, I hope, on time, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Mere Final Fantasy, yay.
Yes.
Because to try and meet the Tears of the Kingdom numbers, you're going to have to release fucking many Final Fantasy games.
This is not the final of these fantasies anyway. But anyway, yeah, so there has still been very little out about Rebirth at this present moment in time. At the time of recording this podcast, however, there is an event coming up over the next couple of days where it is rumored that stuff is going to be linked, and they've been shadow dropping all sorts of bits and pieces on Twitter, which I have been dropping in our Discord as well, just talking about it. They're saying that there's going to be new music, which I am hyped for. They haven't said who's composing it. I don't know whether it's. I would like to think it is Nobuo Uematsu, but I hope to God it is. But yeah, no, they're shadow dropping quite a few little bits and pieces now, and I feel like they're gonna do. What they're gonna do is they're gonna drop a load at Summer Games Fest, and I hope so, because I was kind of hoping they'd be showing some stuff at the PlayStation Showcase the other week, but nothing. But then again, they went really quiet on Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden they've just released all this stuff on Spider-Man. So I'm hoping Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will have a lot more info.
We're coming up to the season of expos and summer gaming events and everything like that.
Yeah.
Can I just derail the No, sorry, go on.
Yeah, derail it, man.
No, this is Final Fantasy unrelated. I've just received some very shocking and sad news.
Uh-oh.
The great one, the one and only Iron Sheik has passed away.
No. So rest in peace, Iron Sheik.
Utter fucking balls. He was the best.
He was the man.
A fucking jabroni all over the place. Fuck's sake, man. No fucking bits of dust there. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's another fallen soldier. Rest in peace, buddy. Wow.
Nothing doing there, so Final Fantasy, fucking good, great, smashing. But you were saying as well that it's not, you didn't necessarily have to play the first one to play Rebirth.
No. Apparently, there's gonna be stuff in it that just kind of explains the story thus so far. They've also alluded to the fact that this will be a little bit more open world as well. You can go to a lot of different places in this, but again, it's all been quite vague. Little ticklers, little
sprinklings,
tick of the teeth. Just little sprinkle. But Jesus. But yes, Jesus.
No, I will be looking forward to it. Although that being said, I didn't play Remake. I didn't get that far into it because I've started playing Crisis Core at the same time, and then I kind of fell out of favour with the both of them, and then started playing something else.
Well,
so
I think you
should get back onto it.
I think you should, because honestly, those stories, do it. Those stories are incredible, and there's a reason why I'm such a fanboy about it. Do you know what I mean? It's not out of nowhere. So, but talking about, let's go back to your beloved Nintendo. How about that? Should we talk about your beloved Nintendo?
Let's talk about Ted Nintendo.
So, one of the coolest things that both me and Graeme actually watched together, because I love watching stuff of this boy, is we recently checked out Macho Nacho's video on the GameCube Nano. So for those of you who don't know, the community is doing what the community does best and just one-upping what they've done before. And they have made a GameCube that is literally smaller than a banana, I think they said.
It was like the same size as a fucking... Actually, it was smaller than a Game Boy Advance.
It really is. It really is.
Wise, no height wise, but width wise anyway.
So this is actually done by an Australian guy called Wesk.
Australian? Shout out to all the Aussies that listen to us.
Absolutely. So yeah, basically, because he was saying that he wanted these this sort of classic system of GameCube, they basically hacked. Go on, you say it. What did they do? They
hacked the fuck out of their Wii.
They did. They hacked the fuck out of it. Literally, they took a little saw to a board and just took the bare essentials. They 3D printed the little shape and brackets and all that kind of stuff for it. And yeah, it's absolutely insane. I'm not being funny. This thing is tiny.
And it's HDMI output as well.
HDMI output?
For me to go into my very basic understanding it. So what they've done is they've managed to make a Wii board smaller and smaller and smaller, keep its functionality. There's other components. There's like a power board and everything as well that needs to be soldered to it and attached to it. And then the controller ports were fucking the best part. Like they took 4 3.5mm jack headphone ports and like made that the controller, which I think is amazing.
It was really intuitive how they did that. I was shocked. But it runs a fully functional GameCube controller, so you don't have to like worry about like having a small. It works with the original controller. So
apparently
with this, sorry, I was just going to say with this as well. They had to relocate the NAND flash memory as well.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
I don't know why they've done it. But I know, like you say in the modding community, like all I do is copy the instructions, so I didn't feel half as fucking important or as useful as them. Like I read some of the stuff that they're doing is fucking insane. Like how small they've made the Wii board. It works. What if we just cut another wee bit off? Fuck, it still works. What if we cut another wee bit off but move this chip over? Fuck, it still works. Like,
honestly, it's incredible. And let me tell you, I would love to see you do this. I really would. I think you could achieve it, no problem.
I've been wanting to take a fucking what's it called, the Dremel, to my. I've actually got 2 Wiis in the cupboard next door that I actually do want to try and take apart and do that too, just to see if I can make it work.
Do it.
But I don't know. It's that's big boy stuff. Like I could barely fucking turn my solar around when we burning myself. Fucking take a Dremel to anything, cut my leg.
Right. Okay, that's a nice little segue into our main bit. So we're going to talk about some of the mods that you've actually done, because you have done some epic mods. I will not hear you talk any nonsense, right? I've seen you put LEDs on pretty much anything, okay?
LEDs can go on anything. If it's got a volt and a ground, you can put an LED on anything. Do I know what's funny?
I do.
Do I know what's annoying with what I've done recently? It's actually pissed me off. A while ago, remember I added fucking LEDs to that Majora's Mask thing? The Majora's Mask, I added LEDs to it, mind that?
You sure did, yeah, I remember.
The battery ran out and a cable broke. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to read it. So I tried to read it because I got rechargeable, like, fucking LiPo batteries.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to make this proper now. Do you want to know how many LED bulbs I have blown in the last 2 weeks?
Go on.
About fucking 40. So I can't see. This is why I shouldn't fucking have a Dremel next to a Wii, because I can't get the voltage right in a fucking LED. I keep fucking as soon as I turn on, it goes.
Oh my god! Literally, though, saying that, give yourself a bit more credit. Yeah, you may have blown a few, but you know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. I've seen. You've so going back to the GameCube. What have you done to your GameCube? You did something to it.
My GameCube currently has the backlight. The power LED has been changed from orange to blue, which is the best thing I've done. And then I've done the Pico boot install, which I'm actually thinking about redoing, because there's a new Pico that's came out. There's the Pico there's the Pico W, which is the same board but it has a wireless chip on it.
Right.
So files can be transferred via Wi-Fi. But there's another one that's came out that's even smaller. I don't know, it's probably called like a fucking Pico Nano or something. I don't know what it's called. But it's a smaller board then, so it's less intrusive. And the wiring... So the Pico boot, sorry now, there's the SD to SP2 card, which goes in the serial port 2 at the bottom of the GameCube. And then that's basically just like an SD card mod. Right. Then you can load ROMs onto an SD card. And then usually there's some kind of burnt disc, usually a burnt disc or like a modded memory card to boot the SD card. But when you've got this Pico boot, you can basically install the I/O on that and then make it run the SD to SP2. There's a video that we've done fully explaining this.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, if you haven't checked out the video, that is there. But I think that's such a cool little thing. It's just a shame it's Nintendo, really, because the one that I'm interested in that you've recently done is hack the fuck out of your PS Vita.
I've lost track of what hack the fuck out of these days, to be honest. Like,
I know. I honestly, that's a mod that I'm really interested in doing. And do you know what? Like, I mean, I can't remember. I do believe you said that some of the emulation in terms of like the older systems and stuff was a little bit jank. Am I right in saying that? Unless it was like Game Boy.
There were some that were working a bit weird for me, and the weirdest one was Virtual Boy.
Okay.
And Mega Drive for some reason. The Mega Drive, every game I booted up now, it could have just been something I had setting that I needed to change or whatever, but like the Mega Drive was booting up like a side by side dual screen.
Oh,
so like
yeah.
it was like the screen was split in half, and then the game was on both halves. Like the same image was on both halves. But that was like that with every game. I couldn't figure out what it was, so I just left it anyway. And then Virtual Boy for some reason was going at about fucking 2 FPS. Nah. Just all the ones, like it's like vector graphics. It was shat the bed with it.
Well, I gotta be fair. One of the main things that I want to do it for is there's a lot of Vita games out there that I want to play. I want to check it out. I want to mess about with them. And unfortunately, PlayStation they said off you go to Vita a long time ago now.
You just let it go in the forest and fend for yourself now.
Yeah,
but this goes back to what we were talking about last week, like with emulation and stuff like that. If a company says we're done making money off of this, I think that's fair game then. Like,
I think it is as well. I completely agree with you.
I love Nintendo. Nintendo didn't blacklist us, please, because I'd like to work with you at some point. So ignore everything I just said. You're great.
Yeah. Sorry, Greg.
sorry, Greg.
Ooh, sorry,
Miyamoto.
So, but no, there's so many great games on there, and I know there's some amazing RPGs, and that tends to be my bag. That tends to be my bag.
It was actually funny. Before I got the Vita, I remember talking to you saying like, "There's no very many games on it that I would play," and the PKGJ application that you can download is basically access to the entire library, all the PSP, all the PS1 stuff, and all the PS Vita stuff.
Yeah,
and there's fucking tons of games.
Well, do you know what? That's one of the things. Like, I have modded a few PSPs in my time, and there are some fantastic games, and that's actually something that I'm looking at doing now.
Where are you going to do your PSP, James? Where are you going to do your PSP?
I'm gonna soft mod it. I'm gonna you're
gonna stop. Jesus Christ! I fucking led you right to the water, and you just fucking turn away from it. I'm gonna hack the fuck your PSP.
I'm gonna hack the fuck out of my PSP. That is exactly what I'm gonna do.
Software the fudge out in my PSP.
I'm gonna treat it right. I'm gonna treat it like the beautiful thing it is. No, I am going to mod that because there are an unbelievable amount of great games on the PSP. So I am going to probably be doing that one next. But the Vita is definitely on my list. So
I'd recommend that.
Yeah, so and then I don't know. There's a couple of that I was thinking about the Wonder Swan. I was thinking about modding my Wonder Swan because for those of you who don't know, this beautiful companion of mine over here, he bought me a Wonder Swan. Was it for Christmas? I want to say Christmas.
It was a Christmas day because I got you the Final Fantasy books for your birthday.
That's right. So I got the Final Fantasy Wonder Swan as well.
Yeah, you did.
I tell you what, I was delighted with that. But it's just like playing a Game Boy Color though. You've got no chance in being able to see that screen unless there is an intense light being shone on that screen. So I am thinking that's probably gonna be on my list of things to do.
I think it needs to be done.
I think it needs to be done too. There's just so many consoles I want to play about with and mess about with. I mean, I'm looking at that PS2.
What, that fucking white one that can go to fuck?
Right, so for those of you who don't know, there is a video coming out at some point. Me and Graeme...
No, anytime soon it's not.
No, anytime soon, no. Me and Graeme ordered a bunch of stuff from a Japanese company called Sendico. Okay, so Sendico is basically a company that you can order items from the Japanese eBay store or Yahoo auctions or whatever, because you need to have an address in Japan to be able to even start bidding on these things. So they basically work as like a housing office, and obviously they do it for a fee. And one of the things that I wanted was a Japanese PS2, and I seen a great deal on it. It come with a Gun-Con and Time Crisis, and when it arrived at Graham's, it was a bit destroyed. There was a crack in the lid.
whatever way they packed it, and sorry to interrupt you again, but the way they packed it is they put the fucking PS2 on the outside of the box facing out. Like, they left a nice big flat plastic surface against a nice flat fucking bit of wood, bit of fucking cardboard.
So it was, but no, I'm talking about the actual PS2 itself was grotty, wasn't it? So
it was.
I was like, Graeme, do you fancy sorting that out for me? Because another thing that Graeme has done, and I think that was actually the Dreamcast as well, was you retrobrighted it, which is a process basically where you put it in bleach and UV the heck out of it, right?
Basically,
yeah. So it's called retrobrighting. So he made it go from like a horrible, grimy, yellowy sort of color.
It's like custard.
It was like custard.
It was actually custard yellow. Like,
got it to a nice pristine white for me, and
I don't know if pristine.
It was near enough.
It's got a bit of tint to it, but it was a lot less fucking yellow than it was before, anyway.
It definitely was. And then one of the things Graeme was going to do, well, has done for me, was he hacked it. And how the hell did you hack the fuck out of that PS2, Graeme? I
installed the Bluetooth. Did I install the Bluetooth for you?
You did?
I did. That was acting a cunt though. And then I installed the inbuilt MX4 SIO mod, which is acting. I don't know if that's acting the cunt or if it was the memory card that was acting the dick.
Not sure.
But I
it
installed
worked.
that. And the PS2 has been nothing but a pain in my arse. Because I remember on stream actually modding it for you and it was not working. I couldn't figure out what it was and I lost my fucking head in the stream.
That was,
I was like, fuck this. And it turns out I didn't have the program updated.
There wasn't enough LEDs on it. That's the truth. And then, so Graeme recently brought this over to me now. We did play it. We did play it on stream as well, didn't we? And we tested it out and it worked.
We tried, but we could.
No, it did. Yeah, we streamed. Remember we streamed the wrestling games?
Sorry,
But I didn't have enough room to bring it back with me. So Graeme, when he recently came over, put it in his suitcase. And yeah, one of the really cool things I was looking forward to trying was playing this modded PS2. And then I got here and it's just like, nah, I'm not going to work. Something happened. I don't know how, when, why, or where. So yeah, I currently have a PS2.
Bane in my existence, like.
Yeah, he's totally done with it. So I'm just
so done with it.
I
want to try and fix it for you at some point. Maybe next year you can give it back to me, and then I can melt it against the wall and order you a new one. Because that'd be amazing.
That would be great. No, I reckon you could get that working.
I'll get a look, you know, because I didn't even test the fucking disc either. I didn't test the disc because I was like, I've got no Japanese games, so I don't know if it'll work. So I started modding it and then modded it, and I was like, oh wait, I've got 2 fucking Japanese games here that James got with it. So right. I had Japanese games to fucking test it. I just didn't test it because I was being silly.
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
This fucking PlayStation still gets me fucking fired up.
He's getting twitchy by you. So I would like to get that back up and running. That is definitely on my list of wants to get sorted.
You know what I'd like to do actually is, because now I've got the smaller Bluetooth chips, I can take the big one out and then replace it with one of these smaller ones then.
So then, you all thought, right, that Graeme had a problem with LEDs.
There's 2 new sheriffs in town now, by the way, I'm telling you.
There definitely is, because I went over and he was like, oh yeah, I went on, was it AliExpress? I went on AliExpress and I ordered it was going to cost me like a tenner just for one Bluetooth mod, or I could get like 300 for like 12. So I thought that was a good idea, so he ended up buying all these things, and he pulled it out of his drawer the other day. He's like, look at this, and there's just like tons of them. Yeah, you've got a little container and it's just full of like all these little Bluetooth mods. So
it's like, it's Bluetooth, like everything now. Everything from now on that can take it is getting a rechargeable battery mod, is getting backlit LED mods, is getting fucking Bluetooth mods.
I love it.
That's like my new jam now.
Honestly, it is one of my favourite things about you, Graeme. You just like, that needs an LED. That needs some Bluetooth.
But you can't just buy just 5 LEDs for like £1 and
Do you
get them posted to you. You need to buy like 400 of them for £5. And like surely shipping, like surely between the I'm going to go for a fucking tangent here now, but
yes,
surely between packaging and sellotape, that's about the amount that it fucking costs for the 500 LEDs I had to order to fucking change one LED in my Dreamcast. That's besides the point. Surely the fucking guy who put it in the box, surely the guy who fucking had to put it in the van, surely the guy who drove the fucking van, surely the guy who drove the van to the fucking airport, surely the guy on the plane, the fucking fuel that fueled the plane. You know, I think there's a net negative here for Amazon.
Oh, Amazon now, is it?
That's where I got the LEDs for the
is
thing.
it really?
Aye. I didn't even want it. That's only gone for the UK to Ireland.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine that. I spent £40 and I got like 400 things for fucking AliExpress. And it literally cost €40.
Yeah,
for
I love it.
Bluetooth chips, for programmers, for fucking N64 bits, like just like wee bits for just for controller replacement parts. What the fuck else did I get? Voltage regulators. Like, I got a load of stuff because, like he says, it was like a tenner.
You couldn't leave it there.
No, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to be waiting 4 weeks for this thing to come in, so I may as well order the other parts now because they're all coming from the same place anyway.
Oh man, I absolutely adore that. Seriously, it's one of the things that I love about you, Graeme. You're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll have 400.
But you have to though, like you've got no choice.
It would be rude not to, right?
It's like, you know, I ordered a load of batteries for AliExpress, right? And if the guy who sold it to me in China's listening, I'm sorry, but I did receive them in the end. But I got into them because they got lost in Poland, the all places. The tracking, the last place they were was in Poland. And they're in
some guy in Poland with like 100 batteries just like...
No, but that's the thing. Talking about a fucking tangent now. But the tracking hadn't updated. And the last thing, it was in Poland, right? And I checked the tracking information, and the information they gave was to an address in Italy. So I'm thinking they've tried to send it from Poland to Italy, which isn't Ireland. Which isn't Ireland, aye. Mm. Like, I'm not a fucking, you know...
There's not enough letters.
I was trying to think of the name of the person who writes maps. Yeah. I'm not a fucking geography.
It's George Maps. That's his name. Yeah, that's his name, George Maps.
George Maps Senior.
Yeah.
But aye, anyway, long story short is, ordered these batteries. They got lost in the post somewhere, so ordered more batteries. I actually found a place... I am fucking far too tired to have this fucking conversation. I actually found a place in Ireland that sold batteries for about the same fucking price. So I ended up ordering for that website, and they came in like 3 days. So I got rechargeable batteries for there, and then about 3 days later, I got a box of fucking batteries for China. And now I might add, right, it looked like they'd been opened and shut about fucking 13 times. They were cut open, taped up.
They're posted. Like, who is this dodgy guy ordering 1,200 batteries from China?
So long story short is, I've got an abundance
That's a lot of
batteries,
LEDs with it. What's he doing?
LEDs. I've got an abundance of fucking Bluetooth chips. And
so if you fancy having a party with some rechargeable batteries and some LEDs, Graeme's your man.
Aye.
He is your man.
You know what I should do? I should actually start selling them individually.
Do you know what? You make probably about 12p.
But somebody's going to be like, oh, I need the one.
So any of you listening out there,
for like £3,
if you need some LEDs and some batteries and you want to plug that into whatever you've got, then Graeme's your man. Okay,
you know what we'll do? We'll start a Patreon, and everybody that subscribes, I'll send you one LED, and then see if we can get rid of all the LEDs.
that sounds fantastic. Let's do it.
I've got mods for. Oh, that's another thing. So I got these fucking audio board chips that you can load an audio clip on it, and I found a new audio one, by the way. I'm not going to use the one that you suggested. I found another one I'm going to use, which is going to be even better.
What? My one was amazing.
It's along the same lines.
Is it?
I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to wait till the day of the video because I've got to do it the weekend. I can't fucking wait. But I've got like 10 of these. I've got 10 of these chips, and again, it was like fucking £3 for 2, or it was like 10 for a £5. So I was like.
So if I tell you what, then everyone come back next week and we'll find out what audio clip Graeme has now decided. Because what is it you're putting it in? Your
N64.
Your N64, that was it.
Dreamcast is getting one.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Game Boy's going to get one.
That is actually amazing.
Also, let me clarify Bluetooth. So, like, I've got Bluetooth audio boards and I've got Bluetooth connector boards. So, as in, like, Bluetooth connector boards for, like, connecting devices to devices, Bluetooth devices to other devices.
This sounds like you're making a Frankenstein console.
I'm gonna go fucking mental with this, you know.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, run over.
Right. Okay. So we'll finish up there then. Now Graeme has fully embraced the dark side and let loose. So what is coming up over the next couple of days is Summer Games Fest, and there is a whole heap of shows going on. So we've got, actually it's today.
Today it's starting.
As of recording this, we got the Guerrilla Collective showcase. Tomorrow is the Summer Games Fest opening showcase. Then you've got Day of the Devs, try that again, Devolver Direct. That's kicking off tomorrow. Accessibility Summer Showcase, I don't know what that is. The Tribeca Games Spotlight is happening then towards the weekend. The Wholesome Direct, whatever that is, Future Game Show, Xbox Showcase. Now this one is intriguing me because, like, what are they going to show off? I mean, are they going to finally announce Halo? Are they gonna actually, you know, finally talk about the Fable game they announced, like, what was it, 3 years ago or something?
They showed that 30-second clip for I.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean? There's gonna be some good stuff, surely. Then there's a PC gaming show. Ubisoft.
Would everyone talk like this?
Forward. Would everyone? No, I know. I got to be careful. I don't want to upset anyone.
You live next door to them, and we go fucking.
I do.
We go there.
They know where I live. They know where I live.
Literally.
And then finally, on the end of it, it is the Capcom showcase, where I'm imagining they're just going to talk about. They're going to talk about that Street Fighter game. And is that something you're interested in? You've been playing? Is that anything? Street Fighter?
No, really,
yeah,
no.
6.
Street Fighter was never really my jam. Mortal Kombat was. And I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't hear more about Mortal Kombat 1.
I want Mortal Kombat 1 and I want Tekken. Those two games need to come out already. I appreciate everyone's love for Street Fighter, but for me, it's Street Fighter 2, and then after that, I'm not really bothered. I know there's some fans of Alpha and stuff out there, but it's not really any interest to me, really. So yeah, but one of the last final things is, Graeme, you went and saw the Spider-Man movie, the multiverse, is it?
Man, I'll let you talk about Summer Game Fest.
Oh, if you want to. Sorry. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to, buddy?
It's the rumour mill that's a churning that's getting me interested with Konami, because they're obviously remaking Metal Gear 3. They're remaking Silent Hill 2. And there's rumours swirling about a possible a new Castlevania game. Ooh. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see what comes of that.
I could definitely do some more Castlevania.
I would 100%. There's also going to be more footage on the new Spider-Man game, which is looking tasty as fuck. I've seen the Venom gameplay. That looks unbelievable.
I am so hyped for that game as well. That's going to be a good one.
And potentially more information on the Elden Ring DLC. Which would be cool.
I didn't think they were going to announce that just yet.
I don't know if it's... This is rumours. This is a rumour mill.
I don't know if they've sort of teased a little bit, haven't they, with the little thing, but I don't think that's probably anywhere near showing off yet.
Might not be wrong. Be showing off, but mind what they've done with Sekiro. Like, they literally showed like a still screenshot, and then they had like a 10-second clip and kind of left you wondering what the fuck is this before they unveiled it. I'm just saying, rumours, rumour mill, you know. Then I shoot the messenger.
No. I mean, it'll be exciting if that happens. But yeah, so Spider-Man.
Talking about Spider-Man. I went to see the new Spider-Man movie a couple of days ago. I can't remember what it's called. Across the Spider-Verse or whatever. I thought it was actually alright. On reflection, I actually think it was alright. I think it was long. I think
you did not feel like that at the time, though, did you?
I was in a bad fucking way when I was talking the other day about it. I actually had to give it to a kid who was sitting next to me because he kept kicking my chair. And like, Oren spilt fucking slushy on his shorts, so he was moaning about that. And I had this kid. I say this kid. He was about fucking 17 or 18 next to me, but he was sat with his leg crossed, and he was turning in his chair like that. And everything.
Was it one of those Walt moments, where he starts screaming at Walt in his head?
No, quite. If I'd left it go another couple of minutes, he possibly might have been fucking throwing a few fucking rows, but he kept bumping into the side of my chair, and like I actually fucking hit his foot with my leg, and I was like, stop hitting my fucking chair. And then he got very awkward, and then the other 2 hours in the movie was awkward for him, but not for me. I was fine.
You were fine.
I was a little bigger than he was, and whoever he was with, I was a little bigger than him as well. But I don't know. It was good. I think no spoilers. I think they kind of rushed certain parts and left other parts drawn out a bit. Right. Bits that actually set up the story seem to be kind of over quickly.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Some bits that were just kind of meh parts were left to go on for fucking ages.
Yeah,
like
that doesn't sound good.
It was good. It's a good follow-on, and I didn't want to spoil anything.
No, don't spoil anything. But...
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. But I think it was good in the end. There was far too much of these kind of stupid jokes in it that completely destroy any kind of, what's the word? The kind of like
integrity.
Aye, fucking good one, James. Well done, man.
Oh, what's going on today? I don't know what's going on,
man.
But God.
Even then, I think with that complaint, I think they've done it. It had a payoff at the end, almost, if that's how they intended it. But if that isn't how they intended it, it was just annoying and just fucking irritating. But anyway, go fucking see it. It's actually good. It's on for fucking ages. It's on for like 2.5 hours, I think.
That's fine. I gotta be fair. That and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 are actually up there for films that I want to check out at the moment.
I haven't watched Guardians yet, no.
I haven't, but I want to. I definitely want to. So, but just as a final thing, do you know what I do want to see?
Tell me.
New Sunny and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That is on tonight, as of the day that we're recording. It is on. It's on America time, so it's probably going to release about 2 a.m. So I am.
Are you staying on budget?
No. I wish I could. My old body is like, nah. You need sleep, mate. You need sleep.
Your old body.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'm usually pretty bad with being asleep, but right now I could be asleep forever. So I'm pretty knackered. But I will say that I am super excited for this. And yeah, so next week I'm thinking we should definitely talk about it and have a little chat about what we thought of the episode, and maybe even do a little Discord watch together or something. I don't know, whatever.
100% up for that. I would say I'm going to definitely be watching it tomorrow, and I'm not going to wait till next week to watch it.
Oh no! But we should definitely watch it and then watch it together, just because
Can't wait notes. Can't wait. Because like this so far, like these 2 episodes so far. I don't know why I said it like that. Like
so far,
so far.
We're so far down the road.
So far, like we quote Always Sunny in every episode. I know it's only been 2, but we quote Always Sunny all the time. But I am very hyped for that. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for watching and listening. And you will be able to find us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful people. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and Discord and all the other things. And we will definitely look to be sharing them about. So yeah, until next time, guys. Thanks very much for watching.
Thanks, man.